Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to this special edition, the first edition of the pre-conference conversations for the 10X Business Conference Africa. Good evening, everyone, and a beautiful new month to you all. Please, if you can hear me, if you can see me loud and clear, tell me in the comments. Good evening and welcome. Tell me if you can see me in the comment section and if you can hear me too. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Promise. Good evening, Daniel. Be a beautiful conclave of growth. We are about to learn so many Please, if you can still hear me, let me know. We are live and ready to have a beautiful session tonight. Hello, everybody. Okay, yes, Samuel Daniel, thank you so much. I can see you all. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the pre-conference conversations, the first edition for the 10X Business Conference 2025. I am sure you've looked out to be part of this session. I'm sure you've expected so much, and we are beginning this beautiful session with none other than Sir John Amilo, and I will not lie to you, his bio is heavy, his bio is plenty. So I am going to do the respect and give him the respect of reading it out to you, and I want you to listen as as powerful as it is. Mr. John Amilo is a multi-talented creative surgeon, mind surgeon, and a business strategist. He's an author of 4 books and the founder of the Dynamic Africa community. He is also the convener for the Datians conference. I know that most of us in Lagos and most of us that follow him online know about this. There is no other person who will take us on a beautiful journey to knowing how to write and how to make money from your passion, which is writing, or your skill, which is writing, than Mr. John Amailu. And he is already here in the building with us to share so many beautiful insights with us tonight. So with a clapping ovation or a beautiful emoji or a fire emoji in the comments. If it is not plenty, I am not going to bring him off stage. So if you know you're ready and you know you're here to learn and you know that your pen and your jotter or your notepad is beside you, drop the best emoji that you can drop that showcases how happy you are to listen to what he has to share with us tonight. If it is not plenty, I will not bring him on board. Thank you, Florence, for joining from Abuja. Thank you, thank you. So, show me how excited you are to have Mr. John Amailo in the building with us tonight. I want to see how excited you are. Wow, that's beautiful. Samuel Daniel, the energy, I can feel it here. I'm already sweating. I can feel the energy. Good, good, good. I need so many more responses, so many more responses to have our speaker up on stage to present all that he has to present and share with us tonight. I am ready to learn. I love writing, so I am ready to learn and make so much money from writing. And I'm sure you are ready to learn too. I'm sure you're here seated and ready to do all that you need to do. I need more energy. I need more energy. I need more energy. Okay, without wasting so much more of our time, I am going to bring Mr. John Amailu up and we would get to hear from him and all that he has to share.
All right.
Welcome on
Yeah.
board, sir.
Good evening. How is it going? Good
It's going really
evening,
well.
Promise. Oh,
Good
great. Good
evening,
to
sir.
see you. Good
Thank you, sir.
evening.
The topic is yours
Good.
now, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Promise. Thank you. All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I'm sure you can hear me and as well can see me. All right. So let's just, I don't know if I am clear enough. Can you hear me very clear? Like, how clear am I? You can hear me clearly enough, just let me know in the section, the comments section as well. So just let me know if I'm clear enough. So I'll ride on. Okay, great, excellent. So today I'm going to be speaking on a topic that fascinates me enough. Like I so much love it, and I mean it's just like launching pad to who I am today, what I am today, and what I do today, right? So you've read a bit about me and what I do, okay, in the online space and as a business, So I'm going to be looking at, okay, before then, I am John Amailo, and I see myself as a creative master, right? Anything that has to do with creativity, you understand? So that's what I majorly venture into, anything that has to do with creativity. Yeah, but in writing, but in speaking as well, right? So I run a publishing firm, Dashans Publishing Company, where we consult for majorly authors, HNIs, top business guys who really want to pen down their thoughts and extend their wisdom and their knowledge, as a form of legacy even after they are gone on earth, or probably use their wisdom or knowledge to provide or profess solutions, across board in form of a book or in form of a course, right? We've been able to work with so many top excellent guys, excellent individuals, in different areas, in different fields of studies, in so many aspects of life. You understand? So, and it is my privilege today to to be sharing on the same topic. I think the topic is called the Writerpreneur's Roadmap, turning your passion for writing into a thriving business. That's an important topic, right? That's an important topic. And I really love it so much because yeah, anything that has to do with skill, I'm so passionate about it. Now, so first thing that I want to talk about now is that as long once whenever you hear skill, people that are able to make money in the times that we are in, skilled people that are making money in the times that we are in, are those that have been able to learn the business side of their skill. So skill is one thing, then the business aspect of it is another thing. So every skill or any skill has the potential to make you money. Now the question is, have you been able to discover the monetary side or the business side of that skill? You understand what I'm saying, right? Great. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, so many persons are so many persons have skill, but their real problem or the main problem for their broke nature or for their lack of money is their inability to understand the business aspect of that skill. You understand? So every skill has a business side. That's the mindset that I want you to run with. Every skill has a business side. And there are categories, or I'll call it, there are levels or stages to this particular thing before you end up in the business aspect. So the first one has to do with you identifying the skill. That's one. The second part has to do with you mastering that skill, knowing the skill. First, you know the skill. Second, you master the skill, become an authority in that skill. Then the third is the business aspect of the skill. So these are the three chains, very important. First, identify the skill. The second is know the skill, master the skill. Then the last is know the business aspect of that skill. That's when you begin to make money, right? Great. So when you understand this and when you run with that mentality, then I mean, you could make everything you want to make on the planet Earth. So that's just it, right? So today we are going to be looking at writing. So writing as a skill has been able to has moved from just being a skill to becoming a business. So writing is just like every other skill, right? Both in speaking, both graphic designer, so many of them, every other skill. So it has moved from just being a skill, ordinary skill, to a business venture. I'm telling you. See, what I'm telling you is what I've practiced. I am telling you big time. In short, this one skill launched my business. That's my publishing company today. I'm telling you, and we've done it for top guys in industries, top industry experts in different areas, different firms, different fields. I'm telling you the truth. If you know me very well, you see the guys that I usually post, so many of them, top HNIs, they've been able to do this. We've been able to do this with them over and over again. You understand what I'm saying, right? Great. So the writing skill is the ability. I don't want to talk about, I'll just go straight to the business aspect of it, right? So the writing skill is an ability for you to be able to pen down your thoughts, your ideas on paper, right? Because now we are in the era where ideas rule the world, and your ability for you to run, for you to be able to become more uh outstanding with that which you do is your presentation of the ideas, how you've been able to package your ideas, right? So that's just it. So before you be able to understand the business aspects of this particular skill called writing, there are certain things, there are certain kind of mindsets which you must be able to lay off, right? You must to unlearn them, because I mean, so many persons have been stuck, so many persons have been stalked because of one singular mentality that is really killing them. You understand? So for you to be able to transcend from just seeing it as just a skill to becoming a business that can fetch you good money, then you must be able to unlearn certain kind of mindset. Very important. I mean, if you don't unlearn those mindsets, might they will definitely trap you. I'm being honest with you, right? So the first kind of mindset which you must be able to unlearn, very important, is this one that says, I am not an authority in anything. You know, so many persons, they have not they are not writing today, they are not authoring a book because they just see themselves that I don't know so much well in a particular field, how will I write? I see that as, I always debunk that mindset, because nobody becomes an authority by just saying it or talking about it. Only people become authorities by doing it. You understand? So the more you begin to practice it, the more you begin to do it, the more you begin to make your research. You understand? You eventually graduate into or evolve into becoming an authority in that area. You understand? So the idea is that you can become an authority by doing the needful. Yes, because you might even start as a novice, so then evolve with over time as an authority in that field. Did you get what I'm saying? So it's very, very, it's very, very important, right? So that mindset of I am not an authority in this particular field. What do you want me to write? How do I write a book? That's a bad mindset which you must unlearn. I mean, you can always make your research. I usually use this as an example, right? I usually use this as an example, yes, because my first book, which I wrote, which is titled uh, Your Foolish Mind. Your Foolish Mind. So that book essentially talks about um, mastering the mind, everything that has to do with the mindset and how to hack it. So we went deeper into the biology construction of the mind, how the mind works, how the mind operates. So in that particular book, I needed to go deep rooted into the science behind the biological construction of the mind. And I came to realize that it is somehow related to science. It's very important. It's somehow related to science. You understand? And it's somehow related to science. And I need to even share this link. So I need to share this link. So it's somehow, sorry, just a minute. Let me. So it is somehow related to science. You understand? So what did I do? I started making research because I knew that I am not a I am not science inclined, right? So I am art inclined. Yes, I did English literature and everything. So, but for me to be able to have a deeper knowledge and a broad experience on the aspects of the biology construction of the mind, then I needed to go study some aspect of science. You understand? So what did I do? I went on research. I took some courses on Coursera, on Udemy, on edX, on on neuroscience. Yes, I took a course on neuroscience, and that aspect of neuroscience, that was where I learned deeply on what we call the nocebo effect, the placebo effect, the rat system, and so many of them. You understand the quantum physics. I learned deeper about that concept. So that was how I was able to scale through. I was able to write extensively on that particular field. So what am I saying in essence is that authority is what you begin to practice, you begin to talk about, you begin to practice it, you begin to learn from it. You begin to look at the guys that are ahead of you in that particular area, and you begin to study the science, the things that have to do with that particular area of specialization. Did you get what I'm saying? So this is very important, right? So that is just, I don't even know if I can present this right. Mm, I don't know. I needed to. Okay, so can you guys hear me, please? If you can hear me in the comment section, let me know, please. If you can hear me in, if you can hear me, if you can hear me, just let me know, please. Can you guys hear me? I need to know this, please. Oh, great. So I just wanted to share my screen. Uh, Sorry, there are some things I just want to share. Just wanted to share something here. Is there a need for it? Bro? Okay, let me just go ahead with this. Okay, don't worry, I'll see. So I started learning on that aspect. So that's one mindset you must be able to get rid of in order for you to flow very well. So the second one is I was not born a writer. Yes, so many people have that feeling that writing is a skill that is meant for some set of people, some different kind of people. People that are writing are people that have been able to surpass kind of knowledge, a level of intelligence. No, I mean, nobody was born a writer. Nobody was born. In short, if you see any skill that is existing, anybody that is possessing a particular skill exceptionally well, just know it is as a result of constant practices that he or she got to that level, to that extent that they are manifesting at the moment, right? So nobody was born with it. Me, we're all born tabula rasa. So nobody was born with such kind of skill. So it's just the practice. Atiba wasn't born as a writer. Chino Achebe wasn't born as a writer. Eli Chamadi wasn't born as a writer. William Shakespeare wasn't born as a writer. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie wasn't born as a writer. You understand? She developed it. She took her time. At every point when she was small, you listen to her story very well. You heard when she talked about, whenever she started writing at the age of 7, started writing at the age of 7. Did you get that? Now she's 40 plus, and she's still writing. She's still writing at this age, at this time. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is it is constant practice, consistent practice. You know what I'm saying? So that is what's birth, the master, the authority, and the being that you are, right? So if Chimamanda Adichie or Wadi Shrinka, you know, from that young age started writing, and at this point, here they are where they are at this moment. You understand? Even Wadi Shrinka at this point, he's 90 something, but he's still writing. He writes every day. The last time I got to meet with him in the conference, he spoke that he spoke something that struck me. He said every day he writes 2 to 3 articles. I kept asking myself, if this man at this point in his life haven't achieved everything, I'm sure you know what he has achieved over the years, right? Even the Nobel Laureate Prize, he has been able to achieve that. Everything at this point of his life, still writes. Then why? What is he looking for? What is he looking for? So it's practice, consistent practices. You understand? So that's just it. So the next one is, I'll just run through so that is so many persons says English language is not my dialect. It's not my thing. See, if there is one thing you need to know, one ugly reality that you need to accept at this point, it is a fact that English language is an indispensable language in these times that we are in. Yeah. Even though it is not your dialect, nobody wants to know. The most important thing is it is an indispensable thing. And you need to learn it. You need to know it at this point that we are in. You don't have a choice. You just have to sit your box down to learn and study the matrix, the 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 technicalities involved and how to use it. Because English language itself is a language of commerce, it's a language of art, language of science, language of education. It's the language of it's the language of politics. It's a language of it's a general it's a popular language. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just it. So get to learn it, because I mean you got to do a lot with it, right? So many people hide under that shadow of English. English is not my thing. So if I do it, I can't use it. I can't master it. That I'll begin to put up works and begin to put up right. You understand? So the next mindset you need to get rid of is people don't read books. That's a lie. They do say people don't read books. I mean, if this statement is made, it is within a particular geography. That's within Nigeria. You understand? But I still also debunk that statement that says people no more read again. People don't read books. I mean, people still read books every day. People read books. You understand? So even if Nigerians don't read book, the whole Africa itself read book. America read book. Uh, Asia read book. Asian read books. So I mean, Amazon apps like Amazon, apps like uh Okada Book, Barnes and Nobles, they've made the world a global village. You understand? They've been able to connect people from different areas. So you can even put up your work, write your books, and begin to export your ideas, across board. So if the people in Nigeria, was it last year? Sometime last year that I sometimes last year that I was able to I checked my dashboard on Amazon, and I noticed that the people buying my books are not even Nigerians. I saw people from America, from UK, from different places. You understand? So so what are we saying? What are we saying in essence? So that's just the whole idea, right? So that is just it. So take note of that. Very next thought, which so many persons usually fall prey for is um let's say, what if people laugh at my writing? That's the idea that so many persons need to unlearn. When they start out speaking, people begin to laugh at their construction, their composition of language, their sentences and tenses and everything. So no skill gets good at its initial, right? It is when you begin to do it consistently, constantly, then you begin to get good at it with time, over time, right? So it doesn't get better at first, though, right? So you have to just do it constantly every time. Before you know it, you perfect it. You understand? Because I mean, sometimes I go back to the post that I made sometime in 2019, 2020. I begin to laugh at myself. I mean, man has improved, so it grows, right? Very important. You understand? So that's just it. So you must unlearn this mindset. Unlearn this mindset is very important. Okay. So if you're able to unlearn all these mindsets, you will have no block that is blocking you. Nothing. Nothing can even stop you. You begin to flow, right? So very important. So the next thing is, which I'll talk about, very important, is the different niches, demystifying the different niches in writing. So see, I am a fan of identify your niche and begin to flow there. Yes, there are some people that they are very good when it comes to, there are three major niches which I'll just talk about. One, the content writing, the copywriting, and the creative writing, right? So three major niches which you should be able to identify the one you're very good at and the one you love and begin to move on it. You understand? All of them, all the niches has the potential to bet to make you money, right? It's just for you to master the art, master the science. You understand? So the first one, which is the content, has to do with a kind of writing that you can be a content writer and work with brands to create content that comes around their business, around what they do, and they begin to make money for you. You can even be a brand consultant, a content strategist that we create. There's a client, that wanted to put up a course that was about, I think, last 2 years. He wanted to put up a course on on her area of specialization. I mean, she met me, we worked together. If I mention this person's name, you just be like, wow, are you serious? Yeah. So that's how it works. So she met me and went on a strategy call. We're able to detail what she has in mind, and and we're able to put it into writing. You understand? So I helped her develop the content. I helped her bet fleshing the content. I helped her, develop the content she used for her course. So that's just it. So you could become like that. So another one is copywriting. Copywriting is also a powerful tool. Is a powerful niche. If you master the science of copywriting, the things involved in copywriting, man, you're good for life. I'm telling you. I mean, there are so many. I know so many people that are earning dollars just by writing copies for companies abroad, companies in UK, companies in Canada, companies in Nigeria, even Nigeria here. All these brands, they need creative copy, attention grabbing copies that will sell, that will move, that will scale up their business. You understand? That will move their business from point A to point B. And you can't do with that. They can't do without copywriters. They need emails that when they send to you, you feel the need for you to come and buy, for you to come and patronize them. You get what I'm saying? Very important. So that's another way. Creative writing is also a powerful school. It's also a powerful niche as well. You could tap into creativity, you could tap into story writing, birth your book, write books, or write stories. Begin to sell to schools. You sell to schools, you sell to companies. Yes, you can be a storyteller. You can tell stories for brands. You can tell stories for different organizations. Stories that comes around a particular niche. Stories that comes around a particular brand identity. You get what I'm saying? Right? So you can create compelling stories as a creative writer. You understand what I'm saying? You tell brand stories. You create it. You form it. So that's just it. Here I'm just giving you the tip of the iceberg because I can't just spill out everything. Each of them, they are deep. You understand? So it maybe one-on-one consultation, you go deeper about it. So that's just it. So you must be able to identify the niche you want to play on and begin to roll in that niche. You didn't get it. So I'm going to state out the 4 categories of books anyone can plug into. 4 categories. It's very, very important. I mean, there are different categories of books you can plug into. I mean, I'll point them out. The first one is what I call the methodological books. Methodological books. That's a powerful book you can plug into. That's an area. Now, these methodological books has to do with books usually designed to reveal the secrets and ways of achieving transformation in any aspect of life or industry. You understand what I'm saying? There are books that when you read, the book usually talks about a niche or an industry. For instance, when you read works from John C. Maxwell, what comes to your mind? Please, I want to see it in the comment section. If you're following this, when you read, I don't know if you know John C. Maxwell. Does anyone know John C. Maxwell? Does anyone know John C. Maxwell? Does anyone know John C. Maxwell? Please, I need a chat. I need C. Maxwell. Does anyone know John C. Maxwell? Please, I need a chat. If you know John C. Maxwell, please kindly let me know. Okay, great. So whenever you see John C. Maxwell, what comes to your mind? Leadership. Excellent. Thank you. So whenever you see John C. Maxwell, what comes to your mind is leadership. That is what comes to your mind. Whenever you see John C. Maxwell, what comes? So now everybody can now trust any product coming from John C. Maxwell. Did you get it? So he has been able to tap into the methodological books that reviews, thank you, apostolic stories. Has been able to tap into that industry, that area, right? So every of his work is captured or centered around leadership. You understand? So that's very important. So the next one is what I call the autobiographical / memo books, right? You can also tap into that area. You understand? There are so many books. So many books about people talking their stories, their experiences over the years. You understand? So you begin to share, so you can tap it. But before, I usually tell people, before you tap into the autobiographical book, make sure you have been able to achieve some sort of results as a person that people would want to be like you. People want to read, because if you've not achieved anything, nobody, no person would want to read your book. You understand? Let me just say you're still suffering, you've not gained any result in anything, and you put up a book. I mean, when anybody sees it, they'll see it as a joke. Nobody want to read that work. But when you are able to, when you read up, when you read up, when you see books from guys that have been able to achieve a milestone, such as, you know, Tony Lumelu, Dangote, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, so many of them. You feel captured. It attracts you because the result is evident. The result is evident everywhere. You understand? Both in the business, in the personal life, in everything that they're doing, the result is everywhere. So it captures your attention, right? So that is just it, guys. That is just it. So there are so many of them. Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. That's a powerful work. By Nelson, it captures his life's history about Nelson Mandela. So Nelson Mandela is such a powerful soul, an intelligent man. So he wrote that book, excellent work. You understand? So another work, which is very important, is another type of category of book you can plug into, is what I call the how-to books. These books are instructional books that guide people how to achieve a particular goal or results, e.g., how to make extra money being for the 4-hour work week. You understand? This is how to do. When you read the 4-hour work week by Tim Ferriss, that's a structured book on how to become more productive and effective. You understand? How to master the science behind productivity and so many of them. You understand? So that's also another one you can plug into. It could be you could be yes, okay. Shoe nights, few nights. Oh, great! You're getting some of the stuff. Yes, so excellent. It could be on different areas, right? You could write how to earn money, being in Nigeria, how to earn in dollars, how to scale up your cryptocurrency skills, and something of that nature. The how-to books, right? So that's another one. The how books. This category of books is often referred to as low content books. Yes, that's another category you can also plug into, right? So what it has to do with it has to do with just like a template, that one can use to regulate things. It could be regulate your finance or something of that nature in any way, right? So that's just it, right? So it's very important. It's very, very important. So all these things are powerful. So you must be able, as someone who wants to venture into the business aspect of writing, you must be able to look at these 4 categories, then identify the particular one you should venture into. It could be in the methodological books, it could be in the how books, it could be in the how-to books, it could be in the autobiographical book, it could be in the methodological books, so many of them, right? Great. So the next one is uh, necessary questions. Necessary questions for clues on how to generate ideas. There are for your books. Yeah, there are certain kind of questions you must be able to ask for you to be able to generate ideas for your book. One, what is the purpose of your book? It's very important. You must know the purpose. What is the purpose of your book? Your book must have a purpose. Every book, there's usually a purpose for every book, which is very important. The two is, what are you good at? That's another question, very important. The third one is, what is your story? You understand? Yes, your story. I usually tell people, there's some clients I'm working with now, and they say they want to share their experiences in every of the theme, in every of the concept. about their work. You understand? So they want to share it to be part of it. The next one is, what is your experience? That you could capture your experience. Yeah, it's also a content. I mean, because so many persons there are parts that you have traded and you have won in those parts, right? There are things you've done and you have won in those parts, and some persons just want to do it and they don't want to stress themselves. They don't want to make the mistakes. You could make it easier by creating a book for them, and you begin to sell. There's a lady, a young lady, that was able to maximize her NYSC days, right? So after that, she was able to maximize that her NYSC days to the extent that she did excellently well, you know, in that NYSC days. So then she was able to do excellently well in that her NYSC days, and that was how she was able to. That was how uh, she was able to put up a book, put up a particular content for that her for as a result of that I experienced, right? As a result of that her experience. So she did that. She did that and she sold thousands, millions. You understand? She did that. She sold thousands, millions. I'm telling you, for one book, just by capturing her experiences. You understand? So it's very, very important. So your experiences can as well count. Your experiences can as well become a content that you can use to create a book. Now, the fifth one is, what is the pain point of your audience? So many persons, the audience following, the people that are following you, the audience and the people that are following you are majorly people that have one or two pain points. You understand? So you just be able to identify what is that thing that is really the pain points from this guy, from that guy, from this boy, from that boy. You understand? And you sit down carefully, create a solution, and sell it as a content. That is also a way to make money. Like somebody like me now, there was a book that I used to make. I used that book I wrote that book when I was a teacher, because I mean, I was doing teaching, but I was making extra cash. I titled the book How to Make Money as a Teacher. Yes. So I was able to capture, because I noticed that so many, so many teachers are lacking. Yes, despite the fact that they have knowledge. So I just captured that thing and I was like, okay, let's put up something. Maybe these guys were able to get these things. And I sat down, wrote solutions, and I sold it. Ebook, 1,000 naira. And I made a lot of money. I mean, so that's just it, right? So number 6 is, what do people constantly ask questions about? What the people constantly ask questions about, right? So that's also another way, another avenue to make money, to make good money. That thing people constantly ask about is another avenue. Yes, people want to know. It is time for you to create it, put it as a book, and sell it out. You don't need to be giving free wisdom, free knowledge every time. So that's just it. So the next one is researching your ideas for your book. There are so many platforms now you can use. So many platforms, yes, both on online search engine, search on Google. Google is another powerful way. Yes. Search on books and libraries, strategic interviews, other people's knowledge, OPT, OPK, other people's knowledge formula. You can use that one to get your book uh ideas. Study industry, search on Amazon. Amazon has a lot of books, a lot of works, a lot of materials. You just have to create your profile and you begin to shop on Amazon. KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. That's a beautiful way. Go on Amazon, go and get books. Go on Barnes and Nobles, go on Okada Books, go on different platforms. Are you there? So these are areas. You can get the work. Search on YouTube. YouTube is a mini university, You can get literally everything on YouTube, right? So another one is look within yourself. Yes, there's a brain. You have a brain. You have wisdom. You have knowledge. Sit down. Ask yourself questions. How? What and what? What's your view? What's your perception? What's your idea towards this concept? How do you view it? How do you see it? That's another way to research your ideas, right? Go to seminars. Go to conferences. Go to workshops. You even have ChatGPT now. You even have DeepSeek. You have Claude. These are so many areas. AI. So go and generate content there. These are ways. Express. Now, after all these things, you have to leverage the online space. The online space is a banger. You can get a lot on the online space because the online space, there are so many people that are sold to. There are so many people that I have eaten their money that I have not even seen them before. You understand? That's the online space. It's very important. So because when you leverage the online space, you have varieties of audience. You have a limited audience. You'll be able to tap into the market of so many people in different areas. You tap into different countries that you might not even get to. You don't get it. There are places you might not even get to. Are you there? So you begin to tap in those areas via your social media or online presence, right? Now, things to do for positioning online, because you must be able to position properly for people to take you serious on the online space. The first one is create a good profile. The second one is sanitizing your timeline. The third one is resetting your profile to monitor the people tagging you. Just create a good profile, create a bio, so that people will begin. So you begin to speak the people's language. Whenever they bump into your profile is just like your house. You understand? Your online presence is just like your house, right? Everybody goes there. People go there to view and see what is involved in that place. You understand? So it's very important, right? So it's very important. So create, design it, build your profile. So that's one. So the next thing, which is just like a chart, which I usually tell authors, it's called the ABS chart, right? The first one is brand. The ABS chart has to the A stands for audience attraction, the B stands for brand communication, and the S stands for skill monetization. So the first one, the audience attraction, everybody can be your audience. You must be able to identify the kind of audience that you're serving. The kind of audience that you're serving. What kind of audience are you serving? You can't serve everybody. Everybody can be your audience. Everybody can read your book. There's a group of people that will be glued to your work. Everybody can love your work, no matter how good you are. They can't love your work. You know what I'm saying? Great. The second one is the brand communication. What is your brand communication? What does your brand speaks? What does your brand entails? Whenever they hear your name, what comes to their mind? You know what I'm saying? Great. Very important. And the skill monetization. Must be able to identify these charts: the brand, your audience attraction, the brand communication, and the skill monetization. Very important, right? Great. Now, the last one, which is very important, is how to improve your skill, your writing skill. First, by making writing a daily exercise, and two, by cultivating a habit for reading other people's work. You can't be a professional until you begin to read people's work. Very important. You can't be a professional to begin to cultivate, begin to learn other people's work. Very important. So because no professional rules from isolation. Every professional rules from the shoulders of guys that have gone ahead of them. So that's how you birth your professionalism. So if you're able to do all these things, these few things, then you're good. You're good for life. And you become one of the biggest things on the planet Earth. With this few point of mine, because I've only exceeded my timing, I believe I've been able to convince you, not to confuse you, show you some of the strategies, some of the things you can do in order for you to be able to leverage, be able to make money. Yes, one or two roadmaps on how to make money. Turn your writing skill to a business and venture. Right? Great. Thank you. Right. I don't know if Promise is here. Promise, are you here? You're muted, Promise. You're muted.
Okay, thank you so much for that beautiful presentation.
There is a network glitch. Promise, there's a network glitch. Promise, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry for the break in transmission. Thank you so much for that wonderful session. My note is filled. My note is filled. I wrote down a whole lot of beautiful things. I have learned a whole lot. I would not even lie. So let's take a few questions and see if any one of us has questions. So do we have any questions, please? Do you have any questions before we call it a night? Okay, in the absence of questions, I would just like to give a rundown of everything you shared with us tonight and the whole lot of things we need to unlearn. We need to unlearn the mindset that we are not an authority in anything. You need to know English language. You need to know that people read books, demystify the different niches in writing, content writing, copywriting, creative writing, the categories of books, the methodological books, the memo autobiography books, the instructional books, the template how books. That's all you shared with us, and a lot of beautiful things, the necessary questions on how to generate ideas. What is the purpose? What are you good at? What is your story? What is the pain point of the audience? That one is the most important thing, because if your story does not align with your audience, I'm not sure your audience is going, they are going to be able to relate. So you need to know what is good for your audience, right? So I'm just grateful that we had time to learn a whole lot of things from you tonight, and how to position ourselves in the online space in order to make lots of money. Thank you so much, Sir John Amilo, for being here with us tonight and sharing a whole lot from your well of insights and knowledge. Thank you so much again. On behalf of the 10X Business Conference team, we are grateful and we say thank you.
Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. Well done. All
Thank
right.
you. So
I can exit, right?
hopefully we, yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, everybody, we've come to the end of tonight's session, and I am grateful to have you next time. Please do not be late and do not be careless. told to come online. Let us come on early enough so that we can end early enough and we can also have ample time to share and divulge all that we have to learn for whatsoever section we have come next time. See you. Do have a lovely new week. Happy new month again to every one of you. Good night.